beautiful visibility. I love Imagine Canada doing this with the 42 recommendations. Like, let's see them. Let's see ourselves. Let's have some visibility so that
That's the hub.
there. Hold up.
So I'm just going to say, I know you're just a couple of things. One about getting together and having a voice instead of a bunch of different voices. That I've run into so many times in doing advocacy at any government level is that, but somebody came in last week and asked me for something else. Like there has to be the effort of trying to get behind this and allow the system to figure out what goes next. And the next thing I'm going to say is what lawyers should never do. I'm going to ask a question I don't know the answer to. But I'm curious, is there a possibility that we could introduce a non-money bill in the Senate that could propose changes that the Senate can then get back into Parliament that could maybe do something? Yeah, I thought there was. So if we could identify some things here that, okay, I'm just curious. By that I mean if there's changes, now that I know the answer, if there's changes in the report that are not what we call money issues, so requiring something that, or I guess government spending money, it is possible to get legislation introduced using the Senate, not necessarily relying. So it's another avenue that might have some ability to have some impact, which we should think about.
Are you advocating?
Yes. Why not? Okay, good.
Okay, and I think this will, oh, sorry.
I was just going to, Senator Mercer, since you haven't had time probably to look at who is in cabinet, but has anyone jumped out as a possible, champion? Looking at, we now have a minister responsible for youth, diversity, and inclusion, Raj Schaper. Who do you see as being the big champions? That ought to be the focus.
Well, you're right. I haven't had a chance. I was sitting in the lounge now, like airport, waiting for to get to the announcement, and my plane came and so I was just after I landed to come here, but I heard all the details. But there are the things as Minister of the Department that we recommended that our home be. He's a very good guy, a solid person. And the other thing you need to know, he's also a good friend of the Prime Minister, which is what you need to also know those little things, because if the minister's not on, one would assume that all of the members of the cabinet are friends of the Prime Minister, the friends of him today. But one would assume that he didn't give a cabinet post to somebody he doesn't like, but he probably gave a cabinet post to somebody who's not as fond of as others. So there are some there. And Senator or Mr. Baines happens to be one of those guys that he's worked with in the past, prior to becoming Prime Minister.
I'm just going to get one more comment and I guess a question or advice. To a certain degree, the Senate set of recommendations are very thorough and very comprehensive. Lots of fun to read. But sometimes it can also come across as very overwhelming and not necessarily knowing how to navigate it. And in that spirit, recognizing that yes, picking priorities is one of the best strategies we can ever think of. Within those priorities also, one of those or two of those can also enable a number of other sub-goals that we're looking to do. So that, I believe, is the best way to go about it, regardless of 2 years, 3 years for minority government, or 20 years outlook. There's some fundamental, basic things that can help advance not just the sector, its capacity to innovate, its human resource, professionalizing it, funding from it, and home is a start. funding, appropriate funding is another, and appropriate regulatory reform is also necessary. Those are key fundamental things to roll out other, I wouldn't want to say nice to have, but more comprehensive set of priorities that we've discussed thoroughly. So to a certain degree, that's how I communicated to some of the members of parliament who were across parties, and beyond charities doing good or nonprofits doing good for the sake of doing good. I think you are right, whoever said that before, God bless you. The economic drive and impact that we have beyond our beneficiaries is the bigger story. That is the connector between NDP, the Conservatives, the Bloc Québécois. It doesn't matter the minority languages. It is a common ground that unites us as Canadians. And so I think there's a great potential there, and it's super simple to communicate within maybe 2 minutes. Am I good on that time?